Greetings everyone! I am back with another second generation battle against Super4ng, and we are doing Yu in this one. Let's hop right into the team I'm using. My lead Zatu, which also has Thief. Then I have a Haunter, which is 3 attacks plus Explosion. I was debating between Explosion and Destimon, but I ended up going for Explosion, since it does not depend on your opponent's attack like Destimon does. Then I have a Paloswine Curse with 2 physical attacks, and then I have Ice Beam for an extra stab. Granbull, standard Rest Talk with Heal Bell. Then I have Blossom, which is my special defensive Pokemon, and has Stun Spore for paralysis support. And finally Politoed, the famous Belly Drum Politoed. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, in this battle he didn't have the chance to use it, but still he did a nice job here, as you're going to see. So without further ado, let's hop right into the match. So here we go. I also use this opportunity to let you know that I'm working on the third part of the competitive guide, so that will continue. Anyways, I'm starting here with my Zatu, and it starts with the Demon Pazuzu, his Fearow, and I usually don't see people using Fearow over Dodrio in Yu, so but after the battle he told me that this guy has Mirror Move, which is actually pretty interesting to use, coupled with Protect, as he reveals here. So I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam, since I was going for the Earthquake expecting a switch out, so this time I went for the Ice Beam just in case, but reveals here a Lickitung, which takes the Ice Beam pretty well. And so I use this opportunity to curse up, because Lickitung usually can't do too much to me. But yeah, he has Attract. Being female, the only reason he's female is to use Attract. Fortunately, my Piloswine does not care about love issues, and it just smacks him with a +1 Earthquake. But now I decided to switch, because I don't want to just, you know, be fully attracted. I had luck at that time, but I didn't want to continue to abuse that luck. So I went for the Psychic, and he reveals the Chansey, which can take special hits for days. You know, this was a critical hit, and it only did a crap ton, like a shit ton, not a shit ton, but it did just a tiny bit of damage to that pink blob there, that fat Chansey. So no, I had to switch out. And my best bet is Granbull, since return hits hard from him. He paralyzes me with T-Wave, so that's a thing. But I have Heal Bell, so I'm not too concerned about that. And that means also my Granbull is a good status absorber. He reveals another Pokemon of his, which is Omastar. A good switch into Granbull, since he resists normal moves. So I have to switch up to my Blossom, which in return can take any move he dishes out, even Ice-type moves. He can take to some extent, because I have Moonlight, even though Omastar's special attack is great. So I went for Stun Spore expecting a switch, and he reveals a Vileplume. So we have an interesting here, Blossom against Vileplume, 2 different evolutions from the same base. But since he gets Stab on Sludge Bomb and I'm weak to it, I have to switch, and I go to Haunter. Haunter should take any move that it has, but he has the Stun Spore, so my Haunter is paralyzed, which is unfortunate, but I still have Heal Bell from Granbull, so I'm not too worried. And he told me he misclicked and went for another Stun Spore, which, yeah, it was too bad, but now I get fully paralyzed in return, so hey, maybe that doesn't make too much of a difference, but anyway. And here was a funny move, Metronome on Chansey, which is okay. It's fun to use, but in a competitive environment, it's not really viable. As you see here, it gets Nightmare on the move, which doesn't do anything. But here goes for a T-Wave, paralyzes my Zatu, but that's exactly what I wanted, to use my Miracle Berry now, and then I can use Thief to take away this Chansey's leftovers, which is a huge step to take out this fat thing, to not say another name. I don't want to swear here. Anyways, back to Granbull. Thunder Wave doesn't affect me, of course, I'm already paralyzed, and now I use this opportunity, expecting a switch on his part, to Heal Bell. But he reveals Heal Bell himself, which is an elegant combination, as you know. If you have seen the first part of my competitive guide, I addressed the illegal move combinations because of tradebacks and all that. And Heal Bell plus Thunder Wave and even Metronome on Chansey is an illegal combination. As you know, Heal Bell and Egg move, Thunder Wave and Metronome are TMs in red, blue, yellow, so you need to trade back, but Heal Bell doesn't exist at that time. So that means you cannot have, in the normal conditions, you cannot have those in the same set. But it's okay by me, mistakes happen, but I told him that, and yeah, in the future battles he won't do this mistake again. So he switches back to Omastar, expecting my return, which yeah, no, obvious return was obvious. But now I decided just to stay in, just to scout what he has on this Omastar, and he has Icy Wind. So that means my Blossom can take his Ice Beam even better than if it had Ice Beam. And he also reveals the Rain Dance, so that's interesting. He has Rain Dance to power up his Hydro Pump. So glad I have this Blossom, because Hydro Pump from Omastar under the rain hits like a truck. But, you know, Blossom resists it, has good special defense to boot, and plus Moonlight to recover. So I'm expecting here a switch on his part, so I go to my Haunter. But he also switched out into Fearow, which is nice, since my Haunter has the Thunder, and it's raining, so Thunder it's 100% accurate. And it almost takes it out. Good God, Haunter, calm down. But in return, his Drill Peck also did a huge ton of damage, which is a possible 2-hit KO on Haunter, which I wasn't expecting. But Fearow still has a good attack. Not as much as Dodrio, but still a really good attack, as you see here, even against Piloswine, which has good defense and good HP. But anyways, now he might go for the Protect here, but I could curse up, but I didn't know for sure. I just went for the Ice Beam. But yeah, he protected to see what I was going to do. But now I was expecting a switch on his part, since he knows a super effective attack is incoming and it will take him out. So I got to Xatu, but he actually stayed in and went for the Tree Attack. So he had Tri Attack as well. That's also an interesting set. So he has Protect, he has Drill Peck and Tri Attack, and as he told me at the end of the match, he also has Mirror Move. So it's a really interesting set for Fearow. It can have some gimmick uses against certain leads and all the Pokemons that you can always scout to Protect and then Mirror Move the move back to them. Anyways, I take out the Xatu with the Psychic, and now comes in is Raichu. So Raichu is a problem here. He is faster than my whole team. So I need to go to Blossom, because Blossom should wall anything that this Raichu has to offer. Even if he has HP Ice, it won't do anything to him. But he reveals the Light Screen, which means I cannot assault him now with special attacks. I need to go for the physical side. But I decided just to paralyze him first. But he has a Miracle Berry, which, you know, not too surprising on a Raichu, since he has good speed. And you want to keep him free from status to abuse that speed. But now he switches out back to his Lickitung, which gets paralyzed. So, but that doesn't really matter too much, because Lickitung is already slow. But now I want to preserve my Blossom. I don't want him to take any physical moves, because, you know, Blossom stops most Pokemon on his team. And he has Swords Dance, so that's kind of scary. I need to wear it down quickly as possible, as quick as possible, to not let him get to my boosts and anything like that. And unfortunately here I get a critical hit, which definitely mattered. Lickitung has good special defense, so he could take one for sure. Plus he had Light Screen up. So yeah, there's that. So now I'm going to just fire off some Drill Packs at this Chansey, and he locks on with a Metronome. So next attack is going to hit for sure. Now in before he gets Metronome and Guillotine or something, or Horn Drill. But no, he gets Ancient Power, and yeah, Chansey's attack is crap. So Ancient Power doesn't do anything to Xatu. But anyway, Metronome is... yeah, you know, I should do some Metronome battles in the future, maybe. You know, you never know what you get from Metronome. In a competitive environment, it's not viable, but for some fun matches, it's good for a few laughs. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue. Zato again, go out, come back, and go Piloswine against this Raichu. I'm fearing the Surf, I do, but at the same time, I can take one, and Raichu cannot take the Earthquake as well as I take the Surf. Well, it's more the same, but I think taking out the Raichu is more important than getting my Piloswine down to low health. I take down the Chansey on the switch into the EQ, and now it comes back this Omastar. I need to preserve Piloswine because Piloswine does a good job against this Raichu. So I decided here just to sack my Xatu to get a free switch into Blossom. Now I think I expected the switch on his part. So I doubled out into my Haunter, but he stayed in and he goes for the Swagger, which is interesting. And since my Haunter doesn't have any physical moves, and plus his defense is weak, I don't want to risk getting hit myself in confusion, so I switched into Blossom. Takes the Icy Wind on the predicted switch, but it's okay, I can take those. And now I went for a Sunspore again, paralyzing this Vileplume again since it was healed by the Heal Bell. And once again I go to Haunter, which should take any attack from it. But he once again goes for a Stun Spore, trying to paralyze some Pokemon on my team. Yeah, Haunter again paralyzed, but since both are paralyzed, I am faster. I go for a Psychic. I was debating for Explosion, but you know, I got for a Psychic, and he has Hidden Power, which super effectively it's either Ghost or Ground. He told me that it was Ground, which makes sense in order to also deal with Magnetons, which are quite common in UU. And now I was debating either go for Explosion, predicting a switch, or just go for a Psychic, but I ended up just going for Psychic and take this Vileplume out. Now he has only 2 Pokemon left, one being his Raichu, and the other one being his Omastar. So I could just sack this Haunter, but hey, Blossom is here, takes any attack from Raichu, and Haunter can still be useful as a Death Fodder to bring something in safely. This Raichu also goes for the Rain Dance. So yeah, he has Rain Dance, he has Thunder, which makes sense. Probably has Surf. I don't know, I think he told me this last move, but I'm not sure if it was Surf or if it was a Hidden Power. Grass maybe to deal with Quagsire. But I don't know if it reveals in this battle. This battle was done a while ago, so I don't quite remember everything that happened. But yeah, so anyway, I have Hidden Power Ground myself on this Blossom, but I don't go for it. I just go for Haunter as Death Fodder, and then I bring in Piloswine. Yeah, because I didn't want to risk bringing Piloswine on a rain boosted Surf, so I decided to sack Haunter first and then bring Piloswine, which is now faster thanks to the paralysis. And Earthquake is more than enough to take this Raichu out. And here comes Omastar, his last Pokemon. And I'm debating either to stay in, but I think since the rain is up, Hydro Pump I think it can one-shot me. So I go to Politoed to take it, and it does a good amount of damage. I know Politoed's resistant, has good special defense, but wow, it did a lot. And he told me that his Omastar had his item was Mystic Water, since it didn't have leftovers. So that explains why it did so much. And now he swaggers my Politoed, and I don't want to risk himself in confusion, so I just go to my Blossom, which takes a critical hit, Icy Wind, and with the speed drop that means I'm now slower, and he will certainly take me out. But that's fine, because now my Politoed is got rid of his confusion, and he is faster, so I can bring it in and finish off this Omastar with Earthquake. So, good game, Super4ng. Was really fun to battle you again, and I hope all you guys enjoyed this battle too. In the future, for my channel, I will try to bring more of these battles, and also continue my Gold Silver Crystal guide. And as you have seen, if you have seen my previous videos, I also will bring Smash Brothers videos for, in particular for the 3DS version. I will do some either friendly matches or even or for glory or just some highlights from certain battles I do along with friends and all and online as well. So as for you, stay tuned for more. Take care of yourselves and see you.